Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new video, and this is actually part of the monthly YouTube hop and collaboration I do with a group called For the Love of Crafting and Sharing. And every month we have a different theme. This is November and our theme is grateful. But I'm about to do a layout that's quite different, I think, from what most people might be doing. I'm actually going to do a layout that's part of my Hamilton album. Yes, you heard me right. I'm doing a whole flipbook album for Hamilton. Judge all you want. This is my opening page, and then right behind here, I have a blank page. I have filled a bunch of other ones with ideas and things I want to do, but I wasn't quite sure what to do here. I think I've come up with something. I want to talk about being grateful for the opportunity to be able to see it on stage when that was still available. And then I also want to talk about the fact that I was incredibly grateful that Disney Plus brought it out so that not just I could see it, but that the whole world could see it if they wanted to. So I want to do something like that using grateful as the theme. So I have this. I know it's going to be a 6x8 full pager. And then I have my bag of Hamilton stuff. So here's my note right here that I made to myself. So I have that, and now I have all the things. So in my bag of stuff, I have this, which is one of my favorite things ever. Not only because it's gold and sparkly and says Showtime, but if you've seen Hamilton, you know there's a line in the musical where they say Showtime. So I think it's very fitting. And because I have kind of gold yellow things happening over here, and this is right at the start of the Disney Plus part, I figured that will be appropriate to use it on this page somehow. Now, that's kind of all I have that I know I want to work that in. I have some papers here. I did not pick out a ton of background papers because I just wasn't sure, what I was going to end up doing in this album. So I have a lot of black or black and white like this, which might work, but I think that's too much with the Showtime. I have some other fabulous colors here to kind of match the outfits in the show. And then I have this, which I love, but I used that on the previous layout, so I don't know that I want those back to back. And I have this also because this matches an outfit of Hamilton's. I don't know that it's going to work for this layout necessarily. I'm wondering if maybe I should go blue, because blue does not appear a lot in general for this album, so working it onto this page might be good. And the characters do wear blue in some outfits throughout the show, so I'm wondering if that will work. Before I go looking further for paper, I have decided that I want to use this photo, and I saw Hamilton on stage in May of 2019, and I chose to see it with the permanent cast in Chicago. They had a 2 or 2.5 year run there. I just felt like I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford to go to New York City. I have gone to New York for other productions, but the ticket prices for this were so insane in New York, it just really wasn't an option for me. And Chicago is relatively close. I live in the Minneapolis area, so it's not that far. And I was able to get a single ticket on a Thursday night for $91, considerably less expensive than New York. So I went down there, and I have scrapped this in my Chicago album, but I figure it's okay to scrap it again, right? Because it's Hamilton specific, and I want it to be the cast that I saw. So Hamilton and Lawrence, here they are. And it gives me the blue that I wanted. So now I don't know that I have to use blue paper because I have blue in their coats there. So I'm thinking it might be a black and white background. This is probably too busy still, but if I could find something more subtle, that might work. Or even a light gold background of some type, and then I could put a card under it or something and then overlap that Showtime. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas right now, but at least I've got something started. All right, I think I have found something that could potentially be cool. I went into my specialty paper files, which are things like foiled paper and vellum and acetate and things like that, and I found this scrap. And I hate to say it, but I don't remember what else I used this for. It at one time was a full sheet, I assume. But I kind of dig the color because it's really close to this, and these don't have to match, but if they do, it's a bonus. So I think I'm probably going to have a white or black background. I'm going to do this. I thought about going this way, but I'm not sure I like that. So I think I'm gonna go that way. I'll have my photo on there, and then this will probably be up top somewhere. So I've decided to do something here that I don't normally do. I'm actually going to go right on the back of this and use that as the base since it's already white. It'll save some bulk in the album, which is helpful, and I can just build on it. The only thing I have to be careful is that I can't like put staples in here that go all the way through because it's gonna show on the other side. So I just have to keep in mind that whatever I do, there's another page already done. So I hope I don't forget that as I do things. So I do think I'm gonna go with this up top, and actually looking at this, I'm wondering if I need to add like some black washi up here, or black and white. It's a really stark contrast to see those two together without some kind of a border. So let's just look here. If I have that, whoops, I dropped my photo. All right, I have the photo. So if I do it something this or down here, if I do it totally on the yellow, I do think I need something there. If I overlap, it's not so bad, but then I feel like I need it here. So you know what, I'm gonna go into my washi and see what I have. All right, in order to get a good look, I've just pulled out this whole insert that's part of my washi container so that I can have all of the black options in front of me. And right off the bat, well, certainly not Star Wars, but right off the bat, I like the idea of the music ones. I have a very thin one here. It's black and gold, and then just a black and white one here. But I also like this one, which, if I can get it out of there, just has some kind of old-time script on it, which is kind of appropriate to this. So I'm going to pull all those out and hold them up against the stuff and see what I think. All right, well, I decided this one isn't a good option because it's too much white on white. So that one has to go, which is fine. So I'm down to these two. But before I pick that, I figured I better figure out which one of these I want to use. Full on Gratitude or Heart Full of Gratitude. That's what that one looks like there. Sorry if you can hear my printer resetting over there. I kind of like that one because it's got the black outline, whereas this one doesn't. It's much more white, but I could kind of tuck this under somewhere like that or something to make it work so it's not directly on the white paper. I do also have to keep in mind that I need enough room to journal, so I may have to slide this over pretty far to the right with that photo because I do have things to say and I can't do it right on here. So I also have to figure out, am I just cutting a piece of white cardstock? Do I have a pocket card that I can cut down? What am I going to do there? So I have decided to use this phrase instead of the other one because I kind of like the idea of having this lower to the bottom. I was going to do this on the left. I think I'm going to center that now. The washi will be here, whichever one I pick. I'll still have this for journaling, and then this will kind of overlap right here. So it'll kind of give a nice visual triangle with journaling, photo, phrase. All right, I decided to go with this washi. And normally when I'm doing a layout, I would just tuck this on the back for any excess, but because I have a layout there, I couldn't do that. So I actually had to cut it right along the border, but I'm very happy with how it looks. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply this acrylic piece that says Showtime. All right, I have adhered that and I used my mono liquid glue. It looks like this. It dries clear, which is awesome. So that's ready to go. I haven't adhered this yet, but I did find this card. Perfect, it's black and white. I could stamp something in there if I want, which is probably what will happen. And then I think I'm actually gonna cut off this bottom so that it's not quite so heavy on the extra white there. And then I think I'm gonna offset it like this. And then this will go down here. All right, I also decided that maybe I could do some misting with my Nuvo Mica Mist. I love this blue color, but I've only used it once, and I'm not quite sure it's gonna be the right blue to go with that. That's slightly darker, but I'm going to test it here. Just see what I think. Let it dry. Hold it up next to the photo. and then I'll make my decision. When I did the test, that's the blue that came out as it dried. Hopefully you can see that fairly well in there. It's a pretty close match. So I've decided I'm going to use it. I'm only going to do it probably on this upper part. So I've covered up the photo and most of the vellum, and now I will do the splattering. All right, here it is with the splattering done, and I love how that looks. It just adds enough of that blue so the white doesn't look so stark. I love it. And I actually did add a little bit down here as well. So now all I have left to do is put on the card. On the card, I did decide to stamp. So that says Moments Captured. That is from an older set by Feed Your Craft. So if you're looking for it, that's who makes it. And now all I have to do is just tuck this under like so. I will lose a little bit of the journaling lines at the edge, but that's fine. I'm not concerned about that. So there we go. That still leaves me plenty of room. And this one is done because I'll do my journaling off camera. So grateful for Hamilton. I bet you didn't expect to see that for this month's theme, but there you have it. Thanks for watching.